Well, daggone it, back to my old habits that I don't like. Running this thing on the 47 again. Get it hooked up here. Gotta take the jack down, or put the jack up. Jack up. Old jack leg. I like jack legs. They hold things up, you know. The other kind of jack leg, though. Now I gotta hook up the hoses. This is always the fun part. I have not tested this on this tractor since I rewired this thing. So I don't know if it's gonna work. I also don't know that I can hook it up. That's water right there. I'm gonna have to get a wrench. I had those two fittings on the tie grabber connected together, so I wouldn't think they would have much pressure on them. That one connected. That one will not. Let's try hooking that. See if that.
Here comes the main man. I love when he loads bales while I'm baling, because then they're not in my way if I gotta try to turn and get back in a windrow and stuff. Like right there, see how it's at the end of the windrow? Now when he's baling, he'll just scoop them up for me. It's my favorite. And it means he gets done earlier, because he works really hard. So if he can start loading earlier, he can get it to the barn quicker.
Use your sign this back, stop for a second when we get a bale put in.
10-4. Hear him being bossy though? I'm just kidding. Ooh, it's thick. But it'll, I guess the way I get to going slow when I'm putting on the brakes, and it puts me in the first range, you know, like right then when I got it going, it was at 1C, and I think I was in 2B when I was baling. I'll have to ask them about that. Woo! It's pretty hay. I tell them all the time too, he turned me into a hay snob. I mean, I was raised on a beef farm. I was raised riding the wagon, getting bales of hay up, but I didn't understand just, you know, the importance, I guess. I mean, I knew it was important to get up good dry hay, and you like that good color, but I don't know, I look at bales now, other people's bales in the fields and things, and I tell them all the time, hay snob. And I love a pretty wrapped round bale, one that's all pretty. Oh, we're chasing him. Ah! His face was funny. He'll get you. I didn't want to turn too sharp and pop another bale. Ain't worth it. Yeah. Scoot on seriously, my dad used twine on round bales, and Daddy made pretty hay, but I don't know, it's just something about net wrapped and there's not sprigs hanging out, and it just, he's turned me into a hay snob. I just think it's so pretty. Which I'm thankful for people to be able to get their hay up. Don't think I'm saying that, but we like making pretty square hay. He makes pretty round hay. Dorsey was asking me if I ever baled for him, and I said I round baled one time. I don't know. I just didn't super much care for it like I do square baling. And we do a lot of square baling, so I have 2 gardens, 2 kids to raise. I'm getting into tie-dyeing. So I got lots to do. So if I can help square bale but also keep doing those other things, I just think that's good balance for my life. And if he really needed help round baling or something, he'd tell me. My sister's raking right now, and her husband's round baling for my parents' farm. Everybody's got hay down because it's such a good time for it. Last week was crazy hot, but this week here, since Friday, the humidity's dropped and it's been so much nicer. Wondering if that should have released. Yeah, we do. We got a problem back there. I thought so, but I always try to look around the chute, you know, the part going up to see, and it definitely should have released on that one, if not the one before. So. Well, I had 2 extra bales, not just one. Wah, wah. We'll fix it, don't worry. We will fix it. Problem solved. Changed my range again, or whatever you call it. Thought I was in 2A. Instead we were in 1D. So it yelled at me. But I didn't tell it to go to 1, so it don't need to be yelling at me. It did good that time. I like to get a sip of water when I'm out here at the end sometimes. That way you can just keep going. going into a windrow when you're turning, you're all right because it's not pushing hay out. You know, pushing that hay as you're turning, so it's pushing that bale and putting it in the vine. And I think that's what happened a while ago, was I was starting in that windrow, but I was still turning, and I think it just put it in the vine. There it goes. I like when I can see under it good to see if it should be releasing or not. A while ago I couldn't see real good, so I couldn't tell. Looks like he's pulling the red wagons today. Say that 5 times fast. Red wagons. We got big blue and little blue and big red and little red. Dawson usually chooses the red wagons for him to use, and Dorsey usually chooses the blue. Even though Dawson's only 2, it seems like his favorite color is going to be red. Dorsey's always loved blue, like me. So it's kind of fun that their daddy has wagons that make them both happy. Slow down a little. Thank you for that throttle. I mean that shifter on the steering column. Woo! That is some thick, pretty hay. I mean to tell you. Started baling, I baled with the TN95, then I baled with the T5. One time I baled with a New Holland. I think it was a New Holland. It's blue. I don't know when it switched from Ford to New Holland, but anyways, it was a blue tractor. I reckon the other day Dorsey was watching his daddy's videos while he was at his grandma's house, and he saw me baling in that tractor, that blue one. And me and Dennis were trying to figure out when I did that. So I'm going to have to try to find that video. But anyways, then I started baling with the John Deere. I was super nervous about it because it's a big tractor, you know, and it's really nice. And I'm just super thankful for it, for Dennis. He works really hard, so he should have a really nice tricked out tractor. That's what I like to call it, a tricked out tractor. You know, it's got all kinds of bells and whistles that make his heart happy. But bailed with that. Then this year he threw me a curveball. He put me in this Massey, but I like it. I really like how it changes gears. I know I just keep harping on that, but if y'all knew the drama, every time I drove that other one, it seemed like I ripped the gear shifter, the end off of it. How in the world do you do that? No idea. I'm talented, I guess. Because I did. And it wasn't just once. I did it a few times. So, who knows? See, like right here, the way it's turning over this hill, I have to drive over the windrow and then cross back over. But see, I didn't get that when I was first starting. I just didn't get it. Experience is a good teacher. I reckon I've been baling since Dennis and I started dating. So 13 years? Wow. Because when I was growing up, I never baled. I never raked. I only drove a tractor a few times. That was with my mother. Because my twin sister, we have older siblings, but they didn't have much interest in riding the tractor. And after my brother was grown and gone, older, and she didn't like it much or care for it. And you know, you really got to pay attention when you're mowing or raking. So then he tried my other sister just driving a truck, I think. Anyway, she wasn't having none of it. And so then it was my twin's turn, and my twin did amazing. She still does amazing. So it was never my turn until Dennis Taylor. And then it was my turn. And I've been baling hay for 13 years, which is crazy to think. But otherwise, I don't know that I would be, you know, I'm pretty comfortable in a tractor. I don't love backing up this big rig with all this stuff behind it. It just kind of makes me nervous because I don't want to tear anything up. So that's why I always try to have a plan when I'm going into windrows and things. Oh no! Houston, we have a problem. I don't know what happened there.
Well, my battery went dead when I was hooking this thing up. I done loaded a bunch of hay. But I'll keep on loading here. Back to old light butt. Well, I got extra light butt. I'm saying that because the rear end of this tractor is light with this tie grabber on it. I do have more weight on this tractor this year than I did last year. I had 4 wheel weights last year, and I added 2 more over the winter. And I put the correct wheel studs in the tractor. See, with these weights, you gotta have, with the weight bracket, you gotta have longer wheel studs, and I was running the stock or the non-weight bracket wheel studs, and they were barely long enough, and you could get like 3/4 of a nut on there, but I wanted the whole nut on there, you know what I mean? So I got the right studs. It don't make a lot of sense because the studs are like 1.5 inches too long, but I guess that's better than not long enough. But anyway, there's 3 wheel weights on each side now instead of just 2. So there's a total of 6 wheel weights on the rear of the tractor, and it does make a difference. But this tractor still is a little light for this thing. Well, I was on the phone that whole time while I was loading that. Old tractor still getting it done. Well, it's not that old. It's just, you know, light for this job. It's not really a light tractor. The thing weighs probably 11.5 or so, the way it's set up, but it's just a heavy, the thing sticks out so far. It's just a heavy ordeal on for the tractor. Let's go to 4-wheel low. I got too many flashlights in here. I stick all my flashlights down in the 4-wheel drive boot. Okay, so let's see if we can get this wagon train out of here without crashing it. Go get another wagon train and hope I don't run into my rear wagon when I turn too sharp. I run into the rear wagon with the truck when I go around in a circle there. Haha, this is being funny. Alright, I don't know if this truck can get out of here or not, but we're going to try. Cause I gotta get up a steep hill. Steady she goes, steady she goes. Oh. No, it won't make it. It's too much. Crud. What is it with me getting stuck all the time in this truck other than the tires are slicker than onion peels? I got brand new tires for it at the shop, but I ain't had time to put them on. Gonna have to pull it with the tractor. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. I can't back up. It's hard to back up two four-wheel wagons. Alright, let's see if we get out of this situation. Well, I've tried to back up and go again, but it didn't work. Got just dug holes everywhere. The steepest part's right here. I'll try to hold it level so you can see. It's not like extremely steep, but it's steep enough with my onion peel tires. It just won't come up through there. And the ground is kind of wet, saturated underneath. I didn't realize how wet it was, but these tires are slick. Anyway, my dad should be over here in a minute, and my wife, she's almost done baling. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. I just need some help. I need a driver for the truck or the tractor one. And I don't think it'll be a problem. Dad to the rescue. Oh. Parking brake may be on. He done outrun me. He about drove it out of there. Maybe it's just the driver. Nah, it's spinning a little bit. There he's coming now. Alright. Mike, I think I can. I think I've done it before. Problem is, you just can't see it pull out. Yeah.
Do that. Oh, you had it in there. All right, I'll go out. You ready to go now?
Yeah.
I'm right there and watch it.
Okay. Thank you.
How you drying?
Oh man, it's drying time. I still got to get out of this hellhole. It's right here is pretty dang steep too. Oh me! I'm gonna turn the trailers over. A bad ditch right there. Had to go bouncing through it. I'm making it. Didn't know how it would go. There's your round baler. Dad was running it. He got done over there. 140 some bales, I believe it was. I ain't done exact math on it. Now I gotta get around my wife's truck without hitting it. Alright, I think I made it. It's like an obstacle course around here. Now you got another issue out here. You can't see to pull out in the road, and it takes 15 minutes for this train to get out in the road, you know what I mean? I know the sun's blasting right in our face. I'm back on my old camera right now, but still using the new mic. I really like this mic. The old camera don't have stable image stabilization, so it might look a little shaky. Right here, you can't see nothing back to the left. Am I clear?
Yep. Yeah, no problem.
It's a hard turn. It's a hairpin turn. But the good thing about these double wagons, they'll go around a hairpin turn a lot better than like a gooseneck. All right, I made it out in the road. The nice thing about these wagons is they follow good.
It's like a train.
Almost.
Leave Shannon here by herself.
Yeah, I'm gonna come straight back.
And it was some big windrows.
Yeah. Shannon, don't try to bail those windrows that go up around the steep part. I'll bail those when I get back.
So what steep part you're talking about?
It goes around up next to the road. I'm raked two big windrows. Go up next to the road, goes around where it gets steep and goes over that other little field.
Down here. Nah, he's not talking about anything down there in your bell now. He's talking about up there next to the road.
All right, well, I gotta get this hay back to the barn and get two more wagons and go back and load them, and then I don't know if there'll be enough room on them for it all or not, but we'll find out.
Guess that one round bale there. Have to bale again. Take that off of the counter, which I guess he counts them when he loads them.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Thing acted up twice with me. what I'd have to do is hit retract. It wouldn't tie when it was ready to tie, just go to her and I'd have to hit retract and then wrap it manually. And it'd work after that. I don't know, something wasn't resetting or what.
May need a new actuator on it. Those were bad to get worn out and quit and not have enough power to actuate anymore.
Well, I mean, there's 100 and some bales and it's 2 times. I don't know. Something might just need to lubricate. Getting wore a little bit, just wasn't resetting after it tied the last time. There's a bell on that right there.
Sheila and Reggie.
Okay, I thought it was.
Alright guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Hope
Hey,
you
look
enjoyed the
good, too.
video. Give me a thumbs up.